What's up, family? I have a new stimulus check update to share with you today, as we just received word that $250 up to $450 monthly stimulus checks was just approved. But of course, this is only on a state level. But the good news is that we just heard from President Biden, and he says that we still want to bring back 3 stimulus checks before he leaves office. I want to share those details with you today. But before we get started, if you like what we do on this channel, please consider subscribing, as it really helps out this channel. Also, if you haven't already, hit the like button for us, as it really helps out this channel as well. Now let's go ahead and jump into the video. 139 immigrant families in Coachella now get $400 per month under the basic income program. Now, we have seen things like this from time to time ever since the pandemic actually started, and it looks like different states as well as on a federal level are still handing out monthly stimulus checks in regards to the basic income program. Now, again, these particular payments help people who were ineligible for some pandemic relief aid. And yes, guys, Coachella has begun paying a monthly basic income to 139 immigrant families in the city, officials have said this past week. Now, the Immigrant Families Recovery Program is in partnership with Mission Asset Fund, or better known as the MAF, a nonprofit based in San Francisco, and will provide families with $400 per month in monthly stimulus checks, as well as ongoing access to credit building and financial coaching services, group workshops, and self-advocacy training. This particular time to apply has closed back in February. Now, again, the basic income program prioritizes immigrant families who were excluded from the federal assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. While it was originally announced as lasting 2 years, Joanna Cortez Hernandez, which is a representative with MAF, said on Thursday that the organization is working to understand what each family needs and how long it'll take them to financially recover from the pandemic crisis. Anyways, guys, that is just one particular stimulus check that is being approved and being sent out to these 139 immigrant families in the Coachella area. So again, guys, that is just one particular stimulus update that we have for you today. But in addition to that, we also have information in regards to Georgia. Yes, guys, the Georgia Senate has approved of new $250 up to $500 surplus refund checks. Yes, guys, the Georgia House has approved the bill for the new payments, which are largely similar to a structure to payments sent out sometime last year back in February. But again, the Georgia Senate has approved of a new round of $250 to $500 state surplus tax refund checks, with only Governor Brian Kemp's signature now needed for these particular payments to hit taxpayers' pockets. Now, again, according to the Georgia House, they have approved the bill for the new payments, which are largely similar to a structure to payments that were sent out last year. Again, it's all but assured that the governor will sign this particular legislation authorizing the particular payments. He thanked the Georgia Senate on Twitter for passing this particular bill. Governor Kemp proposed this refund earlier in the year, following up on a promise that he made on the campaign trail. Now, again, the roughly $1 billion income tax refund proposal comes out of the state's budget surplus. It provided for a 3-tiered structure of refund payments. The first one is $500 for married couples filing jointly. The second one is $375 for single filers with dependents. And then the third one is $250 for single filers. Again, the payments will only go to people who paid Georgia's state income tax in both the 2021 year and the 2022 tax season. One change with this year's bill is that people who paid state income tax but are claimed as a dependent, such as high school or college student who worked, can qualify for the $250 payment as well. So again, guys, this is another stimulus check that has been approved on a state level in the state of Georgia. Again, we see this particular tweet coming directly from the Governor Brian Kemp's office, which said, "Thank you to the Georgia Senate for passing the income tax refund bill that will soon head to my desk for my signature. With the General Assembly's support, we're putting surplus taxpayer money where it belongs. back into the pockets of hard-working Georgians. And again, you can see this particular image on the screen, which says that legislative priorities, which is the income tax refund, returning money to hard-working Georgians, which it has received the final passage and is waiting on the signature directly from the governor, Brian Kemp. So again, if you live in the state of Georgia, you could be on the verge of receiving some additional stimulus aid, some stimulus relief checks, some stimulus refund checks that is going to be sent out very, very soon. This particular information came out just a couple of days ago, guys. So hopefully we will find more information in regards to when Georgians can expect to receive this new additional stimulus checks that was just approved by the Georgia legislative session. So anyways, guys, kudos to you out there. In addition to that, guys, we did hear some new information in regards to the Pennsylvania governor, Tom Wolf, in which he previously was continuing to push for additional relief checks for the Pennsylvanians. And yes, the governor is proposing to use the state COVID-19 relief money to send out $2,000 stimulus checks to households that earn $80,000 or less per year. Now, Wolf contends that the direct payments are the best way to help households cope with the high prices that we're receiving right now in regards to the inflation in this country. And he also said that any household $80,000 or less of income to get a $2,000 check to pay for whatever they want to. That it could include food, clothing, gas, rent, mortgage, insurance, whatever it is. And I think that that's the kind of thing that we ought to be doing to help people grapple with the inflation in this country. But again, on the flip side, Republicans want to curb the spending and save some of that money. They do not believe that the governor should be giving out some of this relief money directly to the Pennsylvanians of the respective states. So anyways, guys, that particular information came out last year, but we do have an update to share with you guys, and that is from directly Governor Tom Wolf, in which he talks about why his particular plan to give out $2,000 stimulus checks has failed. Unfortunately, guys, yes, it is true. The object of giving out these $2,000 stimulus checks to the Pennsylvanians has actually failed in legislation. And yes, guys, it says that Governor Tom Wolf reelected on his 2 terms over the course of 8 years. In a new interview on ABC 27, the news outlet reported that during his 2 terms, he faced dealing with issues like the COVID-19 pandemic, election security issues, and a budget surplus. And earlier in 2022, Wolf began to push the $1.7 billion for Pennsylvania Opportunity Plan, including these $2,000 stimulus checks to go out to most Pennsylvanians. But his plan ended up failing. Yes, guys, in a statement, he said that, look, the money would have come from federal funds. It was free money just to send out to the American people in the respective state. But the Republicans did not want to do that. But then after the budget passed and we had all of this money, I said, here's another opportunity. Instead of using the federal money, let's use the state money. We had plenty of it, and it's not like we had to raise anybody's taxes. You know what I'm saying? But again, he said that these were his particular plans, and so far they have failed. The plan would have provided households making $80,000 or less with stimulus checks. With inflation rising, grocery store rising, prices of goods and services rising, he believed that this $2,000 check would be really helpful to the American people in Pennsylvania. However, he wasn't able to get it done, guys. He has failed. And he added, he said, look, I don't know why I couldn't get that done, but the reality is the $2,000 checks is not going to happen. So again, guys, sorry to give you guys this information if you live in the state of Pennsylvania, but this is the reality. And hopefully we are still waiting and hoping that we see some type of federal stimulus checks on a federal level coming directly from the Biden administration. Hopefully that will come out sometime this year. So far, we still don't have any discussions in regards to it, but we are still keeping our hopes alive, guys. So anyways, guys, Pennsylvania, you're not receiving anything, but Georgia, you are receiving a stimulus check coming very soon. And anyways, guys, in regards to on a federal level, we did get some information directly from President Biden himself, and recently interviewed that he talked about that he is calling for some stimulus checks to actually restart once again. He said that, look, one of his top priorities before he leaves office, which is going to happen very soon, he said that he wants to bring back some stimulus payments for the American people. And yes, guys, President Biden recently introduced his new proposal budget. Among other provisions, his budget would bring back the expanded child tax credit. This expanded credit was included in the most recent COVID-19 stimulus package, and it provides extra money to parents. The proposed budget will face stern opposition with the Republican House of Representatives currently in Congress, and President Biden wants to bring this stimulus money back. According to the American Rescue Plan Act, is best known for the provisions of the bill that resulted in most Americans receiving the $1,400 stimulus payments into their bank accounts, but it also provided a more targeted form of financial help in addition to the stimulus checks. Specifically, it offered extra money to parents. It also offered extra money to our EBT recipients as well. Don't forget about that, which has recently ended in the month of February. So again, guys, will the president be able to restore the stimulus payment? Well, guys, we don't know as of yet, but we are just continuing to keep our fingers crossed. He said it, but we don't necessarily have that much faith in him as of now, because he has said a lot of things, starting from when he was on the campaign trail all the way to his second year term of the presidency, which we know that he has pretty much failed on a ton of different things right now, as well as the economy failing as of yet. So anyways, guys, we don't have a lot of hope for President Biden, but again, we will continue to keep our fingers crossed and hope that President Biden is able to bring back some of these stimulus payments or these stimulus checks to the American people sometime in the year of 2023. Hopefully, at a minimum, we see that Americans or parents are able to receive the previously enhanced child tax credit, which was offering $3,600 per year to some individuals, or at least up to $3,000 for some parents as well. So anyways, guys, that is all we have today in regards to the stimulus update news, and I hope all this information was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the items down below, because there are a few ways for you to be able to support this channel if you choose to, as well as opportunities for you to receive things like 12 free stocks from Webull after depositing just $1, as well as how you can receive the Amazon Prime membership for free for 30 days. Now, those are just a few, but if you are interested, check out the links down below in the description. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.